Breakbulk Events and Media. I'm here in Houston at Breakbulk Americas. We've just finished our offshore wind session, and I have Percy Pyne here in the studio with Greenland Shipping. Welcome, Percy.
Thank you.
It's nice to meet you.
It's great to be here.
Great, good. Tell me about your company's role in offshore wind. How do you see that?
We will supply the feeders that will bring the components from the manufacturer's facilities to the hub ports where they'll be marshaled and then taken to the jackup rigs.
All right. Do you see the components being manufactured solely in the United States to begin with, or will we be bringing them over from Europe or other places?
Both. Originally, I think they'll all come from Europe because they have it. And over the next 2 to 5 years, there'll be a combination as we get cranked up. So we can make them, we're just not making them now.
Yeah. I have heard that there are plans to build these manufacturing facilities, perhaps around Baltimore and some other locations. Where do you see the hubs for offshore wind?
The existing ports that we have are the ports that we're going to have to use. So you've got New Bedford.
Yeah.
You've got Quonset, Davisville. You've got New London. You've got New York Harbor. You've got Paulsboro. You've got Philadelphia. Then you have Williamsburg. Not Williamsburg, but the one in Delaware, Williamstown.
Yes, I know. Go ahead.
Williamstown. Anyway, and then Norfolk, which is the favorite, and then you move on down the coast where they have more. The interims have more area than the other legacy ports up north. So at the beginning, it'll be your legacy ports in the Northeast.
And are they equipped to accommodate these kinds of projects at this time, would you say?
With a little bit of TLC and foresight, yes, sure. They can't do everything. They can't do the towers, they can't do the blades, and they can't do the nacelles all at one place because these things are so big. They're enormous, and so turning radiuses and so on and so forth. But you could see a port like New Bedford easily doing nacelles and somewhere else doing the blades, or some combination thereof. The towers, again, come in pieces. They have to be assembled someplace and then taken to the rig. That's the way I see it.
So we see, a lot of activity on the East Coast. How long will it take, or what do you see as potential, say, in the Gulf or on the West Coast?
The Gulf, you've got an awful lot of production platforms out in the Gulf right now. There are about 364 of them. So it's obviously something you know how to do. And I think that as one part of the country starts tooling up and getting going, you'll see it in the Gulf. Now, your topography on the bottom is advantageous for this. The coast on the West Coast is not. So the shelf drops off precipitously. So you would, in my opinion, the West Coast would be longer, and you'll use floating. Floating,
yes,
correct.
I've heard that.
Which is, you'll use the anchors, which is different. Problem with floating is it's huge ports needed, of which there are none on the West Coast. So it's sort of a chicken or an egg. Do you build a big port to be able to build them, or do you try to figure out a way to bring the components? But you still have to have a very big port at this generation of them to build them.
Absolutely. Do you see any other challenges with the growth of offshore wind as an energy source here?
No, there are 100, but I don't concentrate on those. I concentrate on just the feedering, which is what they do in Europe to aggregate and move. And they've come to the model where there's no roads in the ocean, there's no lights in the ocean, so that they can move these components very, very easily back and forth. Our ship is an exact replica of what they use over there.
Oh, interesting. Now, is that a new build?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. How many do you plan to have?
6.
6? All right. And when will they be operational?
If I'm lucky, 4 years.
Okay. All right.
So we'll meet that. But we got to start now. If we don't, we won't meet the 2023 deadline. Nobody will meet the 24 deadline, and then everything will be pushed back.
Okay. So, are you going to make it?
Of course.
All right. Well, thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. It's very interesting.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.